Yeah. Hey, everybody. Welcome to the return of the Let's Talk Photography podcast. And as many of you know, or at least some of you that follow me on Instagram, Facebook, etc., I moved. That's right. And so I'm here in my new place here in Michigan. And as you can tell, I have no headphones on. I bought, monitors so I could do this thing even better. And I got my new place here. It looks pretty cool. Let me know what you think down in the live chat. Let me see here. I actually have a question to ask all of you about today's topic. Let me see if this new thing works. I don't know. It's got polls. You can do polls now. And let me see. Start and show. Here we go. I just posted a poll. Let me know what you guys think about this question here that I have because I'm very curious about it. Let me move. Let me see if I can. Oh, cool. I can actually move this poll over here. We'll keep it right there. All right. So, with all that said, today, as you can tell by the topic of this video, I want to talk about the not reemergence of compact cameras, and this got influenced due to the news last week about Nikon rumors sharing that there might be a possibility of a full frame compact fixed lens Nikon camera. And I heard a lot of mixed reviews about it, from others commenting on it. And it got me thinking, is this something that I would be interested in personally? And also, where is all this coming from in terms of the resurgence and the popularity of compact cameras? And there's a few things I for sure, reasons why I never gravitated to compact cameras per se. The main reason is small sensor size, etc. But also, there's a lot of benefits to it as well. And if you already have like your camera A, camera B to take care of all your gigs and your creative work, I can see a fun space for a compact camera. Okay, and that's I can say that confidently now because, well, I own the Nikon ZF, and I would look at a compact camera for the same reason. So we'll be talking more about that. Like I said, for those who are watching right now, feel free to comment in that poll. Let me know how that goes because I'm curious how this poll thing works. So anyway, let's get down. We got a couple things. We got a good afternoon to you as well. And we got Mark in the house. What's up, man? Good to see you as well. And Mark and a few of you already know, normally I do my live stream Thursday nights, but I was in California, right? And I was doing them at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And honestly, now that I'm here in Michigan, Eastern Time, 5 p.m. would be like 8 p.m., 9 p.m. And quite honestly, at the end of my long days, I don't really want to do them that late, right? So I want to test out this new time afternoon on Thursday, see how it works for all of you. Does it work? Let me know down in the chat, in the comments, whatever. Let me know if this time period works for you. 12 p.m. Eastern time. Okay. Hopefully I catch some of you while you're eating lunch or on the way to work or whatever you're doing. We got what is it? I think the market right now is to have simple, pocketable, and fun cameras. They're really social, and if you bring full frame lens, yeah, I think you're absolutely right. I think imagine that. Imagine having a compact camera and it's full frame. I mean, honestly, that's when I would really take a good look at a compact fixed lens camera, right? Because there are times I don't want to bring, a Nikon Z8. Like sometimes you just don't want all this, right? Let's be honest. If you're just out casually hanging out for the weekend with your friends and you're out and about, who wants to bring a Z8 realistically, right? So that was my biggest reason why I got the Nikon ZF was because of that. But the ZF still is definitely not compact, right? It's more so than the Z8, but it's definitely not compact. It is fun. It's travel friendly. It is a cool everyday kind of a lens camera. But if you get something like a Z9, but a full frame for Nikon, that would what did I say Z9? Excuse me, S9 and Lumix S9. That would be really cool. We got Danny in the house. Good to see you. There we go. Let me know if you guys can hear my sound effects. I'm playing everything through my Rodecaster here, my Rodecaster Pro 2. I want to make sure you guys can hear me and hear the awesome sound effects. All right. Let's see here. This is good for lunch break, but I'm gonna tell you, I might be going a full time. Oh, that is amazing. That is awesome. Right on. Congratulations, Mark. And I'm guessing you mean photography wise, but that's awesome. And no studio. Oh, the new studio looks great. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it, Danny, because right before I went live, I was contemplating adding an overhead light to add some separation. I might do that later, but I also want to keep the space open and free in case I have to run and grab something. I spent a lot of time, bought this cool little funky light over here and all these other lights. And what you've all helped me in the past with super chats and just subscribing and watching my stuff, I reinvested into this space, believe it or not. Okay. I don't live high on a hog. I buy things on the clearance sale rack, but I reinvest into this platform. So I'm glad you guys are liking the way it looks. It really, really helps me out. The Lumix S9 would be good if they had an EVF and made a fixed lens. The lenses are still too big to make it compact. No, I agree. The form factor of the camera of the S9 is great. If they had a good 35 on there, kind of like the was it the XV6 or X dang it, I forgot which Fuji it was. But let me see. Fuji fixed lens XV, something like that. Oh geez. Heck, I don't know if Fuji's like that. Boom bada bing. Oh yeah, like the X100T. What are the other ones here? There was one in particular. Oh, the X100V and the 6 and all that jazz. Those cameras, yeah, the X100 6. That would be great if it was full frame, Nikon. I would honestly take a serious look at it, but it's got to be under, geez, 1,200. It would sell like hotcakes. $1,200. It would sell like hotcakes. Give us, it doesn't need to shoot 6K, 4K, 60 frames a second video is fine. Zero crop on that 60. Does it need to shoot red? I don't really care. It's all about the photography part. And give us some great simulations in there. I think it could be a super fun camera. Make it fun. And part of the fun is that it doesn't cost an arm and a leg. If you start pricing it at like a Leica price, then you might as well go get a Leica, right? So I think if they kept it super affordable, $1,200 range would be amazing. 1,500 at the absolute most, but I still think, yeah, 12 to 1,500 could be good. It's got to be more affordable than the ZR. It's got to be more affordable than the Z6 Mark III. It would sell like hotcakes for sure. And then the lower cost to price would justify why it doesn't have as many features as maybe a Z6 III and a ZR. But it would be super fun. I know it would be extremely popular in Japan for sure. Perhaps Europe too. And I think even here, right here in good old United States of America, because I would look at it, especially if it did have an EVF. It'd be kind of cool if it had like a rangefinder kind of style, right? Like that would be kind of dope. But anyway, that's so far my take on that right there. Hold on. RBJ, love how the studio looks. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Hold on, brother. Thank you very much. And RBJ, like I said earlier, no more headphones. I bought monitor speakers so that I can do my thing. And I honestly feel more free. I'm a New Yorker, so I talk with my hands a lot. So I don't want wires on me, okay? Mark, definitely looking good. Thank you, brother. Rob, have you done any shoots since you moved to Michigan? I actually just locked in a model to shoot with, and she just moved here too. So we're just waiting for a day or two that's like really good to go with this weather. and I have something delivering within the next day or two that I want to test out with her, and then you guys will be seeing it for sure. So RBJ, definitely, I'm already like on the sites, locking in models and getting them ready to do some work. Okay, I want to put in work. I want to drop more content on this channel. I want to do more long form. Vertical short videos is cool. I'll drop those once in a while, but I'm all about the long form content and going live for all of you. So stay tuned, and definitely we need to link up, brother. What about the other trend of action cams and cages for them to be new pocket handhelds? Yeah, I saw that. I saw a rumor about an Action 7. Okay. The Action 7. I watched it this morning, and I love action cameras, quite honestly. As many of you know, when I shoot behind the scenes or on set of my photo shoots, I use a GoPro. I have a GoPro 12 or something, right? And I love that it's so super wide, even though I use it on a linear, which is like the narrowest field of view. I use it on that because it'll capture everything and I don't have to keep reshifting and hoping I'm in the frame and the model's in the frame. I love GoPros, and they're tough as heck and they're small. So extremely low footprint. But I love action cams for BTS content. You can put it on top of your camera on the hot shoe. I now have this thing on my neck where I could connect the GoPro here for some cool POV style of video. So I'm all for it. I think action cams are super cool, especially for photographers and videographers who want to make content or capture that unique angle that your full frame and a tripod can do. The Osmo Action 6 is crazy good. I'm still stuck with my GoPro. It does everything I need. 5.3 uh, K video. It does D-Log. Give me 10-bit. They're all small, super small sensor sizes, so it is what it is. But if you have good, decent lighting, all the footage comes out. And most of my BTS, or when you see me shooting with it, video, it's shot with the GoPro. So I have it, and our app is really, really good. It's as good as DJI's app. So I'm happy I bought it. And then, of course, as soon as I bought it, the newest version came out, the 13. So there you go. Okay. That is just called good old luck. Mark, man in the house, good morning or afternoon, wherever you're at. Hey, man, good morning to you. I know, well, it's still kind of morning here. What is it, 12 p.m.? So it's 12, it's a morning for somebody here. But Mark, man, this may be the new time that I'm going to be going live Thursdays at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Just more of a morning wake up about photography and gear. So I hope this time works for you and those who've been with me from the beginning. It works better for me to do an earlier shift, not only due to the time zone, but also I have the most energy. When I was doing 5, 6 o'clock p.m. Pacific Standard Time, quite honestly, as a creative, I'm fired up, ready to go. 5 a.m., I'm ready to get things done. Okay. But by the time it's 5 p.m., I'm about done with my day. And then I got to fire up all this stuff and go live. This works better for me. So I hope this works out for you. He said, "Yeah, I moved from GoPro to DJI Action 5 Pro. I'm this close for getting an Action. What was the reason? There was something that held me back a little bit. I heard something. It was like low light issue. There was something about the Action that I was like, I'll just wait a little bit longer. But I do like the magnetic like attachment. I do like that. I hate screwing in that screw with GoPro on the bottom. Where is my GoPro? It's somewhere around here. But I hate screwing in the bottom piece all the time to put it on different things, my necklace thing and a stand. I hate that part. So I do like the ability to just take the action off of a stand through its magnet. So that's pretty cool. Magnetic base. Large sensor on Osmo Action 6 now available with variable aperture. Yeah, that did look cool. And 8K. I don't know why I would need 8K, but for behind the scenes content, but I'll take, you know what, let's take a look. How much let's see what this thing costs. Okay, you guys. Action 6 camera. All right, it's 436 at Best Buy, 436 at Best Buy. Okay. 436 at B&H. All right. All right. You know what? So far this definitely is smashing my 1-inch sensor. It's smashing my GoPro. You know, I do like that record in square mode. That's pretty dope. So yeah, I like that it could work with my DJI Mic Mini. That could be pretty cool too. So I heard about some lag ability with the audio and the action. So let me know what your experience is using a wireless DJI lav mic with that action cam. Okay, but 436 is fair. Um, I'm eyeballing some lighting gear and some lenses this year, so I'm not really like, is it good enough to replace the GoPro? I don't know. It's been working just fine for me right now, and I certainly haven't the need when I'm recording behind the scenes of a photo shoot to record in 8K. Okay, that's just me so far. Okay, I'm old, stick in the mud. This side towards screen says our market right now is pro, semi-pro, enthusiast, hobby, and casual shooters. I think full frame is a bit much for the casual shooter. They are always looking for a look less perfect digital look. I can see that. I mean, you know, you don't have. I'm actually quite amazed how many comments I get on some videos where folks are still shooting DSLR. They're not even in the Z. They still have their 850, their 500, 750, D750, stuff like that, and they're perfectly happy still shooting with it in the age of mirrorless cameras. So if if the size of the sensor should not be, I'm actually going to be coming up with a video about this kind of a topic, but the size of the sensor, if it doesn't work for you and you're just not all that pleased with it, or you don't believe the hype, then, you know, work with what works for you. That's why compact cameras there's a huge resurgence. People want more of this compact experience. This is the LX100. Okay, old school, but it's a micro four thirds fixed lens compact camera with look at this thing. It has a 3x zoom and it has an f-stop of 1.7. Okay, so look how small that is. Boom. And it's micro four thirds. So I'm going to get better photos with this camera, and most folks will, than their cell phone, believe it or not. So I think do what works best for you. I think I'm for me, full frame worked for me for, you know, my portrait photography, stuff like that. It just works for what I do. But yeah, don't believe the hype. Go what works best for you. The money is always at the bread and butter camera market. It has to be below 1K. I think you have a good point, and that's why I recommended if it's 12K. I could see it being 12K. I could see them. I mean, if it's above 1,500, it'll be hard pressed to really like someone who wants to buy just a Nikon full frame fixed lens camera that doesn't have a Z6 Mark III or a Z8 and just want this extra camera to want to jump into it. It's got to be low enough where if that person only has a cell phone, an iPhone, and then wants an actual camera to carry around that's about the same size and form factor, etc., it's got to be cheap enough for them to jump on in. The iPhone is $1,100. It's got to be around that price. So yeah, $1,000 would be fantastic. I'd definitely put in a pre-order. Low light on action is far superior to GoPro. Also, battery life and heat dissipation. Let me tell you, Mark. Are you sponsored by these folks? Okay, are you sponsored by these folks? Okay, now I'm gonna take a good look at them. I bought my GoPro. When the heck did I buy it? Just like a year and a half ago. And I was like, damn, I just bought it. And I bought it with the creative kit package on Amazon. And I got all the stuff. And then all of a sudden, you know, GoPro comes out with the 13. And then Action 6 came out right about the same time. And I'm like, just my luck, right? So I'll take another look at the action for sure because I do like their mobile app. It works really well with my Pocket 3, and it also works with all the gimbals and everything really well. So I'll take a look. I'll take a look. Not saying you're wrong. GoPro has a record in square option. Yeah, I just like, I don't know what to say. I like the GoPro. Oh, it's in the other room, but I like the GoPro. It's working right now. Okay, so DJI, feel free to send me a DJI action, and I will be glad to do a full review. I used a Pentax KP as my main shooter. Oh, you used the K. Okay, hold on, let me pull this thing up. Okay, Pentax KP. There we go. Hey, you know what? That camera's just fine. Okay, not maybe the best in video. You know, you get 1080 at 60 FPS, but 24 megapixel images. I've seen people create amazing photos with their cell phone, right? Given the right variables working for them, lighting, stability, etc. Yeah, so screw it. If that's the camera you got, that's the best camera you got. You know, rock and roll. Action 6 just released something similar where you can shoot two social media styles at the same time. Oh, that must have been a cool firmware update. That must have been a cool one. I'll check that out. All right, Mark, you're selling me on this Action 6, and I don't like it. Okay, I don't like it. Mark, not sponsored. I just use them in extreme conditions. Oh, use them with those. What is the heck? The go kart things. Strap them onto your son's go kart. That'd be kind of cool. David Stewart in the house. Hold on, brother. Let me get you going good. I have no interest in a fixed lens camera at this time. I have two micro 4/3 fixed lens cameras. I prefer full frame. All of my cameras have a purpose and they excel, and use them accordingly. And you know what? I That's a good point. It's like, use what you have, and if it worked for you, then good luck, God bless. That's why but I'm not gonna lie. If, like, this is the Lumix LX100 micro 4/3, okay, compact fixed lens, and if Nikon came out with something like this, full frame, or at least the size of the S9, because Lumix proved you can make a very cool looking full frame size compact kind of a style camera, and it has a fixed lens on it, that'd be kind of cool. I'm not gonna lie. I might have to take a look. But look how, again, fixed, very small. Look at that. You can just throw it in your laptop bag and you're off to the races. Now, this is like, the autofocus is a little bit slow on this. It doesn't have phase detect, has contrast, but has let me switch it to my other. Let me see here. There we go. Let's do it like this. Let's do it right. There we go. All right. So you can see right here. Dang, look at that autofocus. Woo wee! I gotta get a better top cam. Now, right here, aperture f1.7, very cool. You can shoot 3x2, 16x9, 1x1, 4x3. This would be kind of cool to just have in your laptop bag. Very small, right? I mean, let's be honest. If it was full frame, it'd be pretty cool. It'd be pretty cool. Let's see. I have a dedicated video camera, tend to use camera for specific uses. And that's kind of my point. Like, if Nikon actually delivered on a full frame fixed lens compact camera, I can very much see. Matter of fact, I already know that anybody that owns like a Z8, Z6 Mark III, shoot, Z5 II, like, anybody who already has a Nikon mirrorless camera is gonna pick this camera up. I already know it just needs to be priced right. They're gonna pick it up for a couple of reasons. First, it's a full frame, Z compact fixed lens camera. It's going to be like hell. I want it. Secondly, it's going to be cool to just be able to have a full frame compact camera in your pocket in a system you're already used to. And the price, if it's right, it'd be like, screw it. Why not? That's why I think if it's around that $1,200, if it's lower than that, it's gone. It's going to be hard to get for the first 3 to 4 months easy after release. So I hope something like that comes out. I don't need red technology in it. It'd be cool if it did, but it doesn't need to. You have the ZR for that. And then that would help to make sure that the ZR still has its own place. And obviously the ZR is, interchangeable lens. So that's a huge advantage as well. But I would just keep it super nice. Maybe, can it do ProRes RAW? I wouldn't really care if it did. As a matter of fact, if it made it cheaper to not, that's cool with me, right? Because I would only want this camera for photography and very, very, very basic video. Okay, 4K 60 would be just fine at 0 crop. I scored a Z52 for $1,200. Hey, that's a win. That's a win. Racing, jet skiing adventures in snow and high heat. Dude, you're like a action cam's dream come true. Okay, my life is not that exciting yet. Maybe in Michigan, if I figure out some cool things to do around here, sure. Right now, it's just the photo shoots. I never used my GoPro to record above 4K. Use it to do behind the scenes video. I just don't need it. And plus, I don't want to deal with the file sizes, whatever that may look like. Jay Weston in the house. I can't remember the model, but I had a silver compact camera from Nikon, and as a testament to many Nikon cameras before it, it survived my Iraq deployment. I'd buy a Nikon compact again. Woo! I would too. And Jay, I'm not sure if you saw my video, my previous video about one of the cameras I regret selling was the Nikon ZF. It was fun. It was more compact than the Z8, Z9. It was just a very cool and fun camera. It still is. And if I was to buy it again, I'd buy it in silver and black because it is a fun camera to use. Let's just, truth be told. All right. Boom. There you go. All right. Thank you, Mark. I really appreciate that, brother. So now, before we get ahead of ourselves, I do want to let you folks know, if you haven't already, okay? If you haven't already, shame on you, but feel free to go ahead and follow me on the socials. I'm on Facebook. I'm on Instagram, so you can DM me if you have any questions. I'm on Threads, and I'm pop locking on TikTok, okay? Well, more like just being on TikTok. I post maybe once a week, okay? But I'm on there, dang it, I'm on there. All right. It's this may sound silly, but I'd rather make a couple of long form videos a week than trying to keep up with freaking short videos. They drive me up the wall. It's a lot of work, and there's a very small return on short videos for YouTubers like myself, quite honestly. So don't expect a ton of short videos. I do want to make more long form videos for all of you. So definitely subscribe, stay tuned, all that good stuff. Please, if you haven't already, smash that like, share, and subscribe, okay? At least subscribe. Believe it or not, it does help. And even though they hide your subscribers, you guys notice that? They hide subscribers from the channels. I don't think they care about subscribers anymore. But either way, subscribe and hit the bell so you do get notifications when I go live, whether it be every Thursday for Let's Talk Photography or during my photo shoots. All right. And of course, scream your opinions out in the chat. That's what the live chat is about. For you to share your comments, concerns, or just rant. And who doesn't like a good rant every once in a while? Let's see here. I do want to share with you a special feature that I put together right before I moved. All right. So if you ever go to my website here, oh, let me take this poll. What in the heck is going on here? Okay. All right. What do we got? Does it stop poll? Okay, there we go. All right. If you ever go to my website, robertsilverphotography.com, and especially right after I post a new video, I always write a blog about the video. Okay. And you can see my blogs like here on my homepage, my latest 3 blogs, or you can just click on blog and it'll take you right here to my latest blogs. Okay. Now, in my latest blogs, what I do, especially if I do a photo shoot or tutorial or something like that, if you click on it, you can either watch the video that I just posted, obviously, some notes and whatnot about what I hope you took away from the video, whether you wanted to learn something or not. But either way, you could go ahead and read if you feel like it. But here's the fun part. The fun part is where in the work is, hold on, let me show you the video. Okay, here we go. This is what I include. The photos. So you can see right here, if you go to any of these blogs and you click on them, I'm not sure why this one isn't showing, but I'll check that out in a second. But on the bottom of each blog, you could actually check out the images for yourself that are featured inside the video. All right. So if you're like, oh, let me just take a look at them, if you want to see the lighting, whatever. I used to do that. I used to not examine, but you usually try to look really intentionally at other people's photos that I liked. So I could see how's the lighting hitting the model? What angle would it have come from? What gear do I think they may have used? And gear meaning lighting, right? What kind of modifier? Stuff like that. How would I have pulled this off? How can I maybe take a shoot like this and then make it my own, right? Because if you're not being inspired by other people's work, you're doing yourself a disservice. I look at other people's work all of the time, and it's not to copy, it's to be inspired. It's to motivate. Sometimes you just have that slump and you just want to get your butt up. Looking at other people's work, I'm like, all right, that's cool. You know what? Let me try that out in my way. Okay, let me try it out my way. So I just want to let you know that when I do post a new blog, you can go ahead and click on it. And if it has to do with photos like this one here, when I got published recently, you can see the photos that I got published with. Okay, so I shot these, edited it, etc. And you can check it out on my website if you feel like, hey, I like this video. I like the photos in the video. Let me take a deep dive and really check them out. You can see the high-res images right here on my website. Okay, so my website is not just to attract clients, which is, what I hope it does, but also to help you folks out there if you want to dive deeper into what I'm sharing. Okay, so that's right there, robertsilverphotography.com, and click on blogs. That is for you guys specifically. So there you go. All right. Yeah, a little shout out to me. All right. So I hope that, anyway. Let me see here. Jay says, I will never sell my ZF. I will sell every camera and still be good with her. You know what? To this day, I still regret it. Even though the ZF is much larger than this little tiny camera, which could be kind of cool if it was full frame. It was just a fun camera. I had the 40 mil 2.0, and then I had the 26 or 27 mil, and that's all I really wanted on it. And if I wasn't sure what I was going to shoot that day, I'll just keep the 24 to 120 f4 lens, and that's when I bought that zoom lens, is when I bought the ZF, and it was a great pairing. The weight distribution between the lens and the body was real good. It was a nice balance. So honestly, the ZF is still near and dear to my heart. So never say never, but I want to get a couple of lenses first before I jump back into that camera. Long form is better. Plenty of short form photography creators. No, I think you're absolutely right. And moving to Michigan and resetting up shop and examining my analytics and my YouTube channel, I started to really like, what am I, where are my strengths and where are my weaknesses? And I think as creators, whether you're shooting for yourself, shooting for your clients, or whatever, it's important to take a step back and really self-analyze where you are, right? How far you've come, how far you want to go, etc., and play some goals. And for me, when I was looking at my analytics, I was like, you know what? My strongest suit consistently has been long form. Shorts are great for attracting new viewers or whatnot, but my long form is where it's all at. And I have more fun shooting long form. It is what it is. Even when it comes to editing, even though the editing for short, it'd be like up to 60 seconds. I don't know. It's just I just have fun with the long form, even though they drive me nuts every single time. So I want the ZF, but I have too many cameras right now. That is that I totally understand. I actually will be coming up with a video that is about me talking about why I don't need another camera. Okay. So stay tuned for that. It's on the queue. Today I'm going to be writing a video. I'm going to be making a video today after the stream. I have lunch. I'm going to do another video. That should be up on Saturday about another topic. So I want to try to pump out at least 1 to 2 videos a week. Go live with all of you, and but to land the plane, the ZF is like, if I could, I would right now. Like, that's how I think that camera is honestly one of the most fun full frame Z cameras right now from Nikon is that ZF. I don't care what anybody says. I think the Z6 Mark III is still one of the most well-balanced, well-rounded, full-frame Z cameras from Nikon. Still, okay? That's right up. And that means when you're even talking about the ZR, I still think the Z6 Mark III is the most well-balanced, well-rounded full-frame camera. And the ZF is the most fun, okay? Camera brands, don't forget the fun factor. Like, this stuff, like, it's got to be fun. Otherwise, I'm like, it's a part of a process and a step. Do I want to do this and carry this and what? Now I need a bigger camera bag and make it fun. Anyway, so yeah, ZF is fun. That's what it is to me. Let's see here. What did I want to? There was something. Oh, let's get to the main thing. All right. First, let me go here and switch this to that. Let's talk about this. Should this instead. Switch my screens. All right, let's talk about this. Nikon, look at this. Nikon is developing the Nikkor Z 120 to 300 millimeter f2.8 TC VRS. Goodness, look at all these initials. A telephoto zoom lens with a built-in 1.4 teleconverter. That's crazy, isn't it? Look at that. Boy, oh boy. I'm just letting it sit here. I'm going to let it sit here, okay? Because I know you all have something to say about this lens. And if you don't, you're on the wrong channel, all right? But I'm not going to lie. I don't shoot my portraits beyond 200 millimeter. Like my 70 to 200 2.8 version 1 Z lens is like the longest length I've really felt like I wanted to shoot portraits with. Okay. Now I've seen other great creators shoot with a 300 prime, a 400 on portraits. It's fun. It's like a novelty, but to me, it's like, it's absolutely impractical. Okay. Just forget about it. It's not adding that much more to your portrait than it's worth carrying a big old lens. But, and when I mean but, this one's interesting. Okay, this one's interesting. And I say this because so I have the 7200 and this is 300 mil. Now, there have been some times like on my days off and I visit a zoo or I don't know, the angel birds, what do they call them? The bluebirds, whatever the Navy Air show is in San Francisco. And I do want that extra reach. Just for me, I wouldn't, I don't shoot stuff like that would require above 200 mil for clients. It's just not me. But 120 to 300 mil could be kind of cool to have. F1.2. Now that's crazy. That's crazy. With a built-in teleconverter. Like that's a lot of range. Okay. Now, for what I could tell from the collar to the front element, doesn't look like a massive lens. I think it's gonna definitely have some weight to it though, but it doesn't look massive, right? That range could be kind of fun. Okay, you go to Yosemite. I'm not sure what they have here in Michigan, but you go wherever you're going where there's some great nature, right? This is definitely that lens, and it doesn't look so massive that you have to really want to bring it with you. Like I think this could fit in a large backpack, but I think it could definitely fit in it. I wonder, it does it say what the front element size is? Does not, but this is just mainly about the development of it. But if it's like 82, it's a wrap. If it's like 82, because look at the rear and the front. If it's like 82, goodness gracious. That'd be awesome. That'd be pretty compact for what this thing's going to give you at 2.8 constant aperture. You know, I think that could be pretty cool. For more information, including the vast collection, I don't know if it's going to give us anything. What's this thing going to bring me? Development, blah, blah, blah. Okay, it's just going back to here. It doesn't have all the details, but I could tell you it doesn't look too large. I thought it would have a fatter aperture, not aperture, fatter front element. But I'm not gonna lie, this is a very interesting lens, even from a portrait photographer perspective. This could be kind of fun. Now, would I use it at portrait shoots? Novelty wise, absolutely obliterate the background with this lens. Like the compression would be ridiculous, but I could see like, hey, that one time I'm going out and there's going to be like a nature thing or what do you call it, a sports event or something like that. Hell yeah. Okay. I have someone that I go watch her who's a family friend, a friend's daughter who we all go support her play soccer. Oh yeah, I'd be on the sideline with this lens all day, getting the best shots at f1.2 from the sideline. So I think this lens is an extremely well-rounded kind of a lens. I could see a lot of people wanting a lens like this. I'm just so curious what the price may be. Yes, the Blue Angels. Thank you so much, the Blue Angels. How dare I? Okay. What do you guys think about a lens like this? Where was okay. I just saw a video about this monster earlier today. I would get one if I needed that capability. Again, it's one of those lenses, like if I could, I would. But this is like I've seen a lot of great prime zoom lenses or just great zoom lenses. And I'm like, I would never use it. This is a lens like if I could, I would, because the zoom range is just above what I normally would do. But there have been times where I needed that little bit more of a reach, okay, for fun stuff, for casual stuff that makes me want to enjoy just taking photos. So this is definitely like a lens. I'm like, man, if I could, I would. I'm curious what the price would be. I think a lens like this would definitely be over 3,000. I'm thinking it might be around 4 or 5. Constant aperture at 2.8. It'd have to because the 7200 version 2 lens right now is $3,000 or maybe even 32 grand. Let me see what that thing is. Let's type that up. Z Nikon 7200 f 2.8. There we go. Let's see what it is right now. So it's 3,200. Oh yeah, that lens would be probably closer to $5,000. If not, it would be over this price. It would be over $3,200. It would definitely be more than the 70 to 200 version 2 lens, and that's at 32. So it's got to be around $5,000. Okay. But boy, if I could, I would. You know what I mean? If I'm lying, I'm dying. Uh Blue Angel, thank you, sir. Saving up for the next 3 years and a house payment for this lens. No, you ain't lying. But boy, when you connect that lens to your Z8, the lights dim in the house, birds stop chirping. It's about to be on and cracking. Okay, when you got this lens on there, hmm you don't even have to use this lens. Just connect it to your Z8 camera strap and just walk on the scene with it. Like, yeah, it's you'll hear that old Western music like wah wah wah. You step on the scene with this lens. Uh, I would use for sports, football, and soccer. Exactly. Exactly. Okay. Exactly. Absolutely. Even if I'm not getting paid, I like this is a lens. Like if I was able to afford it, um, I would use this lens for fun, cool stuff that I just want more reach. Okay. Yeah, come on, Mark. Mark, you already know, man. You step on the scene with this lens attached to your Z8. Come on, you already know what's about to happen. Okay. That's what's gonna happen. That music, that sound right there. You step on it. Your first step. This music. This sound's gonna happen. Yeah, you have arrived. Oh yeah, absolutely. This would be sick at the racetrack. Exactly. Exactly. I know you would go ham with this lens. I know you would go absolutely berserk with this lens. Okay. Uh I can't. I carry my camera around my hip and big iron on my hips with that lens. Yes, sir. Okay. Yes, sir. Yes, you would. I would too. Shoot, I would have a. I'd have something. I would have. I wouldn't. I wouldn't be empty-handed. I'll tell you that. And then I would definitely um have three. What do you call those stupid tags? Those little tags. The iPhone tags, Air tags. I'd have like one on the camera, one on the camera lens, one on the front lens element. Not no the front lens cap, and then I have one in the camera bag. You know what I mean? I wouldn't play around with that one. Sure. You guys heard the expression "f around and find out." Hello. Shoot, I wouldn't play, but that lens looks marvelous, though. I mean, sheesh. 4 times teleconverter. That means you're getting like, hold on, let me see. I have the notes. I have some notes around here. Um, so you're getting 168 to 420 millimeter reach with that lens without even having to put on a teleconverter. Like that, dude. This lens could be an ultimate. Like this is all you need for birding, sports, kind of a lens. Now with a what is it, 1.4x? So your aperture, I mean, you would have good compression because it's a teleconverter. Let me get my phone here. So we got 2.8 times 1.4. So it'd be like a 4.0. It would turn into a 4. Dude, oh my God. Even if it's at 4.0 and you're getting the reach of 400, what did I say here? 420 millimeter. OMG, that's a great lens. It's constant aperture. Come on. Come on. Come on. That is nuts. Okay. Yeah. Okay. You gotta give him 2 claps and a Ric Flair for that lens. Okay, Nikon. If not, man, I can't. I'm excited to check out this lens, and I'm not a huge zoom range kind of a guy at all. Like I said, I still have the version one 70 to 200 f2 lens. It's still a great lens, a bit heavy. I do want that version 2. Um, I'm actually going to be preparing to sell my old one to get the version 2, so it's lighter and smaller, but I just never needed more than 200. But this lens, I don't know for 5 grand though, but I'm just saying, woo wee, it is a fun lens to dream about. I'll tell you that. That's just my opinion. Uh oh, you said my sound effects are low. Okay, see, we need to fix that. Okay, let me know what you guys think about that. Is it low? Let me know. Let me know, Mark, man. Is the sound effect still low? Yeah, I know I should. We just bought 4 new air tags before we moved. Loved them. Super accurate. Get the version 2, folks. Get that Gen 2 air tags. Very good. Very good stuff. I highly recommend. Here's one of them right now. Okay. Gen 2 air tags. Man, always stays in my camera bag. Um, where else does it stay? It stays wherever I need them. Okay. One's in my car. Shoot, I'm not playing. Um, Let me know, Mark, man, how the sound effects are. Okay. Yeah, I don't like them to sound low. I don't know what's going on here. Kind of show my running. Um, all right. So hopefully they turned up. It might be the effect themselves. Some of these effects aren't as loud. It sounds like it's playing in the background or on your speakers, but not fully through the stream. Oh, okay. I know. I think I know what that is. I think I know what that is. Fixed output level when enable monitor output level be to line level and can be adjusted. Let me try this. Let me try this. Yo, okay. Let me know if you can hear me right here. Does it sound better now? Does it sound better now? Okay. Yo, okay. Turn that off. Anyway, all this stuff is confusing, and I'm gonna figure it out. It sounds like it's in the background. That's so interesting. Yeah, this new setup is a work in progress, folks. But I brought back my tabletop vision right here. So if we want to check out gear, we can do so from this. Now I'm using a Micro Four Thirds camera from Panasonic. Okay, so this thing has contract based autofocus, and as you can tell, it's driving you and me nuts. Okay. Oh damn, you guys don't hear the sound effects now? Okay, see now that's what I get for oh there we go. I don't know what you guys are talking about. Oh, let me see here. Okay. All right, let me know. There we go. We're gonna bump it up. We're gonna bump it up. All right. Where we go? Let me know if you can hear the music. All right, because I hear it. It's bumping through the speakers now. Okay. I look like a nerd, but I listen to my music the right way. Okay. If it don't have some bump, it ain't in the trunk. Hello. Okay. All right. Enough of all that. I hope you hear the sound effects. If you don't, well, I'm not sure what to say. Let's move to the next thing. So we just talked about that lens there, and I think honestly, a lens like this would I'd have to take a serious look at it. I have to take a serious look. But I'm going to break down more of my opinions and comments about this particular lens right here in a video, which I'll be posting extremely soon, I think by Saturday. Okay. I'm going to break down my opinions all about this lens. So make sure you subscribe, stay tuned, all that good stuff. Okay. By smashing that like and subscribing to my channel. All right. So let's go from here. Where are my comments? Now, the next thing I want to talk about is okay, cool. Yeah, do that. Thank you, Mark, man. Appreciate it. Reach out to me, DM me, and then I'm not sure if you have my phone number, but when you DM me on Instagram, I'll send you my cell phone and you can call me and we'll figure this whole thing out. Appreciate it. There's a completely new setup And instead of using my headphones, I want to use these monitors. I got some good monitors, and the I can hear myself, hear all the sound effects here. I see it's registering there, but I'm not sure why the sound effects are lower. So we'll figure that out. Appreciate it, man. All right. Look at that. See, without all of you, I wouldn't have this channel. Okay. So I appreciate any tips, tricks. I'm still learning. I'm a work in progress. Just because I have a YouTube channel doesn't make me some untouchable genie or something out here. Okay. We're all trying to figure it out together. I just have a loud mic and a big mouth. All right. Let's talk about other news that brought up this topic for today's video. Now, where in good God's name did it go? Here we go. Nikon rumor. There we go. Where is that news? I'm just getting to the article because this honestly got me thinking. It really, whoops. Read more. Older post. And there we go. For heaven's sakes. Now, switch to that. Share the video. Okay, here we go. Woo, sorry about that. All right, so this was last week, but it's been on my mind. The first rumor is about a new compact full frame fixed lens camera. Obviously, we've been talking about it for the first 10 minutes of the stream, but I want to really dive deep into this. This is very interesting. Okay, so here we are. Rumors about a third small Nikon full frame mirrorless camera without a viewfinder designed for photography expected in 2026. Let me see if I can see this video. I mean, this. Oh, okay, so they're just showing two cameras and ZR and the what is that, Z6 Mark III or something next to each other. Okay, so this is the next round of rumors from NikonRumors.com. So he says, I've been reporting for a while rumors about a small Nikon full frame mirrorless camera without a viewfinder designed for photography. First of all, I want to ask all of you. Okay, I'm going to ask all of you, what do you think about a full frame fixed lens compact Nikon camera without a viewfinder? Is that a deal breaker? Is that a deal breaker? Let me know in the chat right now. Is that a deal breaker? Would you consider a camera like this without a viewfinder? Is that non-negotiable? Is it a non-starter? I know for myself, gosh, that would be hard without one. I'm not going to lie. Because even as small as this little camera is, look what it's got. Now, do you think it has the best viewfinder? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. But it sure does help to be able to do this and see some settings, frame up my shot, even with my, geeky glasses on. It really does help. Okay? That's my opinion. I already see Picks by Patrick says, heck to the no. Okay? He says that. Nope. Okay? Nope. All right. And I don't blame you. I don't blame you. What is this? I honestly think that would deter a lot of people from this camera if it did not have a viewfinder. I understand their reasoning. Probably would be to make it that much more compact, which I don't think they would really lose out. Let me look at this S9 real quick. Okay. Lumix S9. Look at that. Lumix S9 is $1,400 right now. If they can't do this for less than that, I'm going to jump out of my brown skin. But they don't have a viewfinder on it. Wah, wah, wah. I do like the guts of this camera, though. I mean, it does open gate, 6K video. Pretty cool. Hate the buttons, though, but it reminds me of their, their little compact cameras. Like this button system, okay? But The guts are pretty awesome. All right, 24 megapixel, 6K, 30, 420, 10-bit video. Very cool. Cinema 4K, 4K 60, 422, 10-bit in the S9, as well as open gate, anamorphic support, all that good stuff, and a bunch of other cool stuff. That's for $1,400 right now. It's gotta be better priced than that. I'm thinking if it does $1,200, especially if it has a viewfinder, it will literally never reach the shelf. People will buy it that fast. You'll never see it in your camera store unless they paid for it themselves and put it on a shelf for display. That's my opinion. If it came with a viewfinder, okay. Because look. Let's just take a look at this. Okay. Look at that. $1,400. This is a good model. This is a good model to work off of realistically, right? Not the ZF because it's a bit bigger, and it wasn't built for the same. It wasn't built to be compact per se. It was more retro, more cool, whatever. No shade to the ZF, but the S9, full frame, super compact. Look at that. If that was a fixed lens, excuse me. This one has constant aperture, kit lens. If they could do even if they did a fixed lens, and if it had a zoom, but it was 2.8 to 4.0, right? That would be kind of cool, right? A fixed lens, small zoom, 2.8 to 4.0 at most. Don't kill us with the 5.6 or the 6.3 aperture if it was a small zoom lens on there. Okay. That would be really cool. That'd be really cool. I'd be on it if it's a 2.8 to 4.0. There's nothing wrong with that. A little bit of zoomy zoom. But the form factor, if they could somehow put that viewfinder on there, that'd be pretty cool. That'd be pretty cool. Now let's go back to the other story here. Here we are. Let's go back. There is a new twist to this rumor. It could be a new Nikon compact full frame lens camera based on a ZR. No EVF. Okay, a lot of people are going to be upset about that. Okay, that's going to be on the top of every on the tip of everyone's tongue that makes videos is going to be about lacking that EVF. All right, we'll move forward. Optional hot shoe EVF. My thing about optional is, let's just say it's got to be like an option where in which it doesn't add serious amount of room up top, right? If it looks dorky and then your option is to slap a viewfinder and it's like this big, dude, that's going to be ridiculous, right? So if optional still keeps it sleek, minimalistic, low profile, that would help. That would help a lot. Okay. Second thing is, if the optional hot shoe EVF is like $600, $500, you killed me right there. All right. You're killing me, Smalls. You're killing me. Oh, excuse me. What's another one? Okay. Right here. Whoops. No. Exactly. No. Gotta keep it. God, I hate to say it. 300 max. Why? Because I would say a camera like this, it's all about units sold. You want to be able to sell as many units. Create a kit package where it does come with it slightly cheaper, right, than buying the EVF separately. Make it a kit package where you can use it as an option to buy on the website or just body alone. That's kind of cool. It'd be like if they wanted it for $1,200 and then $1,500 with the EVF. People will be annoyed, but then they have the EVF option. Boom, bada bing. Okay, definitely make the body alone $1,000, like $1,200. With EVF $1,500. Because look what you're up against. Again, in this range, they can look at this camera. $13.99, right? And it sold well. People like this camera. They enjoyed this camera. But I think that it could shake this camera. 1500 with EVF. Boom, now that's a hard pass. That's hard to pass up. That's hard to pass up. Let's just be honest. Let me go back to my original. Where the heck? There we go. I see a comment. Let me get to this comment real quick. As I get older, I need an EVF and a tilt screen. It's funny you say that because I remember just like, I don't know, 3 years ago, people would flip their lid about tilt screen. And I always wondered why. I always was like, why? It's so useful to have. I mean, even this little, even though this is the LX100, super old, it is a fun camera though. There's no tilt screen. You can't do anything with the screen. So you're constantly like, you can't shoot it low, right, from your waist. You have to always be here or here. And it's just ridiculous. That means I can't even use it for vlogging. So that's out of the question. You can't use it for vlogging. I think this is so stupid. It just doesn't logically make sense to me. I think a tilt screen has been way more helpful than it ever has been not. I don't care what anybody says. And if you disagree with me, dang it, let's go live together. Okay. Because I would love to have that. I'd love to be proved wrong. Quite honestly. I love my Pentax MX1. If it had an EVF, it'd be perfect. Oh no, I agree. Like having the EVF, no matter how small or not the best quality, is better than not having it. That's a hint. I totally agree. I only expect like my cell phone to have an EVF, and I just take pictures like this or whatnot. But outside of that, I don't want to hear it. I want it. That's my opinion. All right, let's get back. 2 physical dials. One is dual purpose, high resolution, full frame sensor. No IBIS. Oh my Lord. Hold on now. Okay. Where is it? No way. That is crazy. No IBIS. That's going to be a no EVF, no IBIS. That's going to be rough. And I say that because I love shooting video with my Nikons, but the one area they need to work better at is vibration reduction, like for real. Okay. There's too many times where I think it worked out well and I get home and I'm like, yo, this thing is jumping everywhere. Right. And as a person who uses Lumix cameras as well, dang, it's a big difference. Image quality, great. Usability, great. Quality overall, great. Like everything is great. But the vibration reduction, like the in-body stabilization, you just see where it needs work on for Nikon when you shoot video. Okay. Not saying it's unusable. I'm just saying I do notice that's an area for improvement. So no IBIS, even though this would be very photography focused, I don't know why like that would be an option to leave that out. Is it really going to add that much more size or take away that much more size by like leaving it out? And as well cost? No video. I wouldn't trip about the no video, quite honestly. Even though I think the video is the least of its concern to include or not include. I think it's the least of its concern. I don't think it's going to add to size, etc. But maybe heat dissipation. Thus, they would have to make it a little bit bigger to manage that heat. So I'm not concerned. If this didn't come with video, that's cool because this camera would be a what would you call it? Like a very specific style kind of a camera. Like you were getting this for this experience. That is it. That is all. No frills. That's cool. That's all right. Tilt only OLED screen. All right, so tilt screen would be cool. Similar to the ZR, but designed for photography. I think that would be great. I don't want it to look like the ZR, smaller, etc. Um, I just want it to look more like a compact kind of a camera, maybe a very high end version of a Coolpix that only does photography. Sure, like this mock up picture, it looks like something I would definitely get down with for sure. It looks awesome. It looks innovative. It looks fresh. I like it. Small, slim body, 22 to 25 millimeter in thickness. Now I don't have a measuring tape, but that would be slim. I hope small rig creates an option where you can use the grip, attach a grip on the bottom or something like they did with the ZF. That would be cool. Black, champagne, and panda color options. Champagne, huh? I just hope they have it'd be real cool to have one that's a black and silver option like the ZF, because that, my friend, is pretty cool, chic, and sexy. Okay, I'd do a black and silver option personally. This could be Nikon's response to cancel Nikon DL line. I remember that. And to recent increased interest in cameras like the Fuji X100s, still out of stock. Raikou GRs. Yes, I've seen people with that camera, like a Q's. Okay. Uh, Nikon rumors hinted at it last year. Reports were clear. Nikon users do want a new compact camera. And there's that DL fixed lens back in the day. Let me see if I can get to a bigger picture. Here we go. Yeah, I mean, even if it looked kind of like this, right? I'm all for it. Full frame, be kind of cool. That grip looks like it would be a pain in my butt and everybody else's, but it would be pretty cool though. You're not getting this camera to feel like a Z6 Mark III, a Z8, a Z9. That is not the reason why you get this. You want compact, very small, low footprint, fun. Have tons of new presets that you have built in there for the photography aspect, kind of like Fuji does. Those film simulation built-in presets that make this camera freaking fun. And part of making this camera more fun would have to be making the Nikon Snapchat SnapBridge app work even better. It's got to be flawless. Lumix has a great app. GoPro has a great app. DJI has a great app. Like, make an app that is easy to connect to the camera seamlessly and is fun to use. I think if they can make their SnapBridge more user friendly, connectability way faster, way more reliable, together with this camera would be super fun. It's got to be fun. We're okay. Let's get to some comments. Okay. I would love to see a waist view finder. I know street people would go crazy. Oh, that's a great point. An optional waist view. Yeah, that would be great. That'd be cool. Or maybe they had two options, right? Traditional, looking from the back, and one from the top. That'd be kind of cool. All right. The problem is we all getting old, and most companies focus on new generation of photographers and remove the viewfinder. I think you have a very good point there. I really do. I really do. Um, they go where the new generation, the younger, trying to lock them into their camera system or get into photography, and then they have a longer customer than us old fuddy duddies. Okay, I think you have a point. That's why I'm open to new innovation, but to me, it's just got to make sense. But some of us are stuck in our ways. Truth be told, especially if the camera is going to be a hybrid. IBIS is needed in video, 100%. And not only that, I hope Nikon really works on improving the IBIS. Okay. Slow down on megapixel size race. It doesn't really matter. Okay. No one's ever asked if I shoot more than 24 megapixels, if my camera is more of 24 megapixel camera anyway. Like, it's never been a conversation ever. So, but let's get that IBIS. Bad vibration reduction is bad vibration reduction. it just looks horrible, and it makes us creators cringe at using video or shooting handheld, right? No video. I have cameras I don't use the video on, so I can see that. Yeah, I wouldn't be mad at it at all. If it helps to keep the price to what I suggested, $1,200 or lower, hell yeah. And then the extra EVF, $300, $350 at the most. It would be a great camera. It's got to be total out the door around that $1,500 range. As soon as you're getting close to 2,000, why not just get a ZR? Why not get a Z6 Mark III? And you're a very good camera, whichever one you get, the ZR or the Z6 Mark III. It's got to stay around the mid 1,000. Nikon, I hope you're listening, which more likely means they're not. All right, it is what it is. Yeah, exactly. It's a niche camera. You're not getting this camera to solve all your problems as a creative. You're getting this for the specific purpose. Have fun. Casual, high-end photos, period, right? No frills. But it's got to have certain things. It's got to have like an EVF option at an affordable price. Don't tell me I'm spending $500 for an EVF and now I'm looking at $2,000 for this little old camera that can't shoot video and have no IBIS. Getting old has nothing to do whether a camera has a viewfinder or not. No, it doesn't. But for some, it does, right? And for them, they got to see a return. So, but in this, if it didn't have an EVF, here's why I still would look at it. Okay, if you took a camera like this, it's full frame LX100, full frame. Took out the EVF and it's full frame, it far surpasses in capability than this thing right here. Because truth be told, I record photos and video all the time without an EVF. And we all have. Let's stop lying. We all have with this thing. I can get ProRes RAW. I can get all the stuff from this, what is it, 4K, 4K 60, 120, whatever. Okay? Very capable little device. So we're all trained to capture something without an EVF. But if you have full frame capability, good aperture to play with, you know what? I might be able to get over it if it's priced right. Let me say it again. If it's priced right. If I'm gonna, there's got to be give and take. You can't take away everything and still price me at some premium Z mount price. That'd be ridiculous. Panasonic IBIS is goated. You're damn right. I'm not sure if their brand is on par with their IBIS. No, I don't know too many brands that are on par with Panasonic's IBIS. It is ridiculous what you could do handheld and walking with a Panasonic, but you could strive to improve what you already have. That's why I said areas of improvement. That's an area they can improve, and we would seriously appreciate, right? Right now, camera brands need to really concentrate more on the UX, the user experience of their camera systems. That's the edge. All of our cameras, if you bought them within the last 5 years, are great. You're fine. You are good. Like, it's great. Yeah, you get a better lens, and that you might see an incremental difference there. Obviously, if it's a lower or faster aperture, f1.8 to 1.0, whatever, you're going to see differences there. But in the camera bodies themselves, it's the experience. Do I have fun? Does this make me want to get out and take photos? That's where I think cameras should be really leaning toward. And that's why I said their mobile apps need to all work flawlessly. That adds to the user experience, make it more fun. I would rather take a picture with a camera like this. I'm out and about. If the app worked clean with my mobile app and then post a photo that I just took with this. Now, I've tried to do that a few times with Nikon, and guess what? It was such a headache, right? I just take the photo with this and post it. but I'd rather take it with the Z6 Mark III. But it's such a headache, the process. Stop making more lenses, make the app more fun, make the usability of the system more fun. That's what I'm saying. That looks awesome. Thank you very much. Throw it in your pocket and go. Exactly. Throw it in your pocket and go. And it's better than this. It's better than this. Right? Who wouldn't want a camera that's full frame, a much larger sensor than this damn thing, costs maybe a little bit more than your cell phone, but it's got to, the icing on the cake has got to be the app, the mobile app. If I had that with no EVF and I'm sacrificing all this other stuff, I want that app to work as seamless as possible. That SnapBridge, improve it. Spend more time on that. Put some brass on that. So it's where, yeah, hey, for real. I see a lot of the younger crowd using cameras like that at events. And that's my thing. You know what? If this was, again, I would be out and about with this all the time. If a Nikon full frame is almost as big as this, a little bit bigger, it would always be in a bag that I'd carry, right? You would too, even if it didn't have an EVF. Look how well the ZR did without an EVF. Granted, we're doing video, you can put a monitor on it, all this other stuff. We shoot without an EVF every day. We shoot without an EVF every day. Okay? We did 3 cancer events in March, and these were the rage. Oh, see, look at that. Dang, I'm just saying. I did a student high school photo shoot, ended up using DSLR, point and shoot, zoom, and a Digicam. The client loved the Digicam look, so got money. So I am happy. Well, shout out to you. You know, that's what I'm saying. Like, the results is all that matters. But for you, it could be that much more fun. I think that's the thing. I would get this camera to have fun with. Just have fun taking photos. Mushi, hey, what's going on? You see my new time. I hope this time works out for you. Okay, drunk wedding photographer. I hope this time is okay. Everybody's all over the place. And for me, now that I'm in Michigan, 12 p.m. so far seems to be a good time. 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm surprised they do not go with built-in storage. Not my favorite, but I see this could work. Oh, that would be cool. That'd be cool. 128 gig, right? 128 gig in a compact fixed lens camera would be pretty awesome, right? Imagine that, 128 gig. I don't see why not. They could test it out in a camera like this. Again, it adds to the usability, the user experience. It'd be like this, connecting your camera to your laptop and extracting the photos from it. I don't see why not. 128 gig would be a great amount of space. Let's see here. ZF with a tilt screen, flash, and fixed lens would be perfect. It would. The only thing is the ZF, like, it's still not nearly as compact as something like this. A compact micro four thirds fixed lens. You know, look how small it is. You know, look at the S9, the Lumix S9, right? Do I still have that here? Here we go. Share this. Boom, bada bang. Look at that. The S9, compact. If I had a fixed lens, this would be right up its alley. And look at the price. Even the ZF is still tapping $1,800 to $2,000, wherever you're getting it, right? It's got to be in the mid $1,000 range is what I think it should be. That's my, you want to sell a bunch of them. But a ZF, if it was a smaller ZF version with everything you said, oh my God, it would be pretty cool. But I think you should give it a different design, a high-end compact camera design that with Nikon, with signature Nikon marks on it, if you will, the grip, situation, etc. But yeah, a compact version with it, yeah, that'd be kind of cool. I'm not mad at it. All right. So with all that said, I'm about done with my stream. Okay. I am tired, believe it or not, talking to all of you, yelling at this camera. Let me know what you think about my new space, please, in the comments or down in the live chat. Really appreciate it. I am going to be going live yet again next Thursday. Let me put on my outro music. What am I doing here? This is crazy. Okay. So it's time for me to wrap this up. Oh, thank you so much. Really appreciate it. And welcome. Welcome aboard. I plan on going live, like I said, every Thursday, now at the new time of 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's 9 a.m. Good morning to all of you folks on the West Coast. Hello. And if you have any questions, comments, concerns, let me know down in the chat. And of course, if you haven't already, make sure you go ahead and subscribe to my channel, please. It really does help me out. And press that like button as well. Until next time, keep shooting and stay creative. Thank you for watching.